Yeah, my name is Sydney Diala, Ambassador Sydney Diala.
Okay, so.
Yeah, I'm an actor, I'm a producer, I'm an instructor, an acting instructor.
Okay.
Yeah, I run a film academy where
That's
we train the upcoming actors and actresses, filmmakers, basically, yes.
Okay, that's nice. So, sir, in your opinion, how far can you say the Nollywood industry has gone since its establishment?
The spark of Nollywood came in 1992. 1992, when we did the very first Nollywood movie, solely financed and sponsored by an individual, a person, Neck Video Link.
Okay.
That was the movie that kicked off what we are celebrating today as Nollywood, living in bondage. Living in bondage, you know. Yeah, from that time, we began to do other stories in that line, in that concept, you know. And then quite challenging script-wise and then acting-wise, because it wasn't almost all that we are into acting then. You know, just like then, it wasn't all that we're into music, we're into football and the rest.
Yeah.
But today it's quite a different thing altogether. So then it was something that people appreciated, people embraced. We also embraced it, and then we worked for passion, not for money. We worked for the love of what we read. I read theater at Uniport. So we were working for the passion of what we went to school to study. And we came back and, wow, this is it, you know, and we embraced it. Though before then, people like us were doing small shows with NTA, you know, Victoria Land in those days. You know, they pay you some money and you're excited that you are seeing yourself on the screen, and then small cash is coming into your hands, and it keeps it going before the outbreak of living in bondage.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. So, as a veteran actor, what do you feel the Nollywood is doing wrong and should be corrected?
Nollywood is doing everything good, and then once in a while, not too good. I will use the word wrong, because when we started, it was a very good pedestal. We had so much to put together. You know, you can imagine, like I was saying earlier, you can imagine a station whereby you have somewhere to film, and then the camera you're using is just one camera, as heavy as what you can think of. You know, you see the cameraman shouldering it, you know, and maybe one or two persons might help him to lift it up to his shoulder. And he carries it and films all through. And then we that are filming, you know, not this kind of lights we see these days, where you are relaxed, you are not sweating. But then within 5 minutes, 10 minutes of standby action, before you know it, you are sweating.
You already get
You are sweating, yeah. And the makeup people will rush to clean you. Even as they're cleaning you, and they say, oh, yeah, get up for your standby action, you are still sweating, you know. So we have gradually we left that level, you know, and then kept moving to where we are moving to where we are presently right now. I would say that Nollywood has gone far, and it's still going very, 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 very far, because there's a kind of understanding, a kind of desire for us to get better. If we go back to the history of Hollywood started the way they started, you know, and today, it's like magic. You know, one thing they'll have in their hands can give you whatever thing you're looking for here in Nigeria. Go to India, you know, go to China. I remember in those days when we were growing up, you know, we go to cinemas to watch Chinese films and the rest. But watch their current trend of their movies, you know. It has something else to offer from what it used to be.
Yeah.
Just like Nollywood presently has so much to offer, so much good things to offer. In terms of story-wise, yeah, on story-wise, we are still like trying to get it right, so that people don't predict that this is how this story is going to end, this is how it's going to be, or that, or that, or that, or that. Then we used to do what we call script conferencing, whereby before any movie is shot, we sit and analyze it, and then before we bring it out. And that's why people will always tell you, they want to go back to those days of living in bondage, where stories are stories, told the way it should be told, not the way it is now. That by the time they put the movie, Aisha and I will say, it be like, say, this one go kill this one, marry this one, that.
That's really very true, sir.
You understand?
Because the movies of these days are very predictable.
Yeah.
And immediately you see a movie, it seems you've already watched it before.
Sure.
In another version.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like that. You know why? Because everyone claims to know it all. You go in the private of your home and then gather one or two persons, slot some movies for them, and they watch. You say, okay, from here to here, give me this. They're putting it down on paper. From here to here, give me this. You're done with one, you put another one. From here to here, give me this. Now you are gathering scenes from different movies, and then you're asking a screenwriter to help you screen it. So if you are part of the actors in that movie and possibly took part in the other ones, by the time you get the script, you will tell yourself, it be like, say, this looks like, but because there are changes of names, situations, characters, and the rest. So, well, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
So, comparing movies of 10 years ago and that of now, and you've already said some of them, what can you point out to the industry saying that this has to change? Things that were done before are better than this, and this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for me, Sydney Diala, I will give kudos to Nollywood. No matter what, I will give kudos to Nollywood. But we have come a long way. Without the government assistance, we have come a long way. It's just of late that they are waking up to the reality that this industry is a viable one. Good. Now, we need to start getting our stories right, getting it right. You don't write a story on Nigeria without knowing Nigeria fully well. You don't write a story on an individual, a personality in Nigeria without getting to know his foundation. You get the point. So, but before you do that, you assemble people. I want to write a story on Amina, Queen Amina. I love the story. I have read the book. I love the story. But there are things I don't know that are not contained in that story that some people might likely know. So I do a research. After my research, I call some people together who possibly are from there or know about the story. So by the time we put our heads together, you that will watch it, by the time you see it, say, this is Queen Amina's story. This is this, this is that. But if I just say, okay, I know the story of Queen Amina, let me go and write it. You write it and you just mess it up. So our stories has to be intact. Two, actors' remuneration, is very important, because most of us are just actors, filmmakers, either director, producer, actor, director, screenwriter, and the rest. Most of us live on that. So the better we start, the earlier we start treating ourselves better, the better for all of us, and even for generations to come. It will give hope to those who are coming up to say, I want to be an actor. No matter the course you study in school, acting is one course that no matter what, you don't resign, you don't retire.
True.
You retire from your whatever profession you are doing, and you come back to acting. And we don't grow old. Even if you are very old, there's a role for you.
Yeah.
Even if they're born you today, there's a role for you. So we have to create avenues, of getting all those people infused into what we are doing, and then the government to sit up and assist us properly well. For instance, you want to do a story on Nigerian Army. Thank God for Nigerian Army; they are doing well. Go write them properly. True. They will give you everything from head to toe. They will give you. Write to Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian, all of them. You understand? Write to Nigerian police, the same thing. So by the time other organization begins to embrace it, we will having good stories. We will having good locations. True. We will fight for locations. Hotels are not helping out. Go to hotels to get a room to shoot your movie. They will say, after all, you're making money from your movie. Yeah, we're making money from your movie, but at least it's like right hand, wash right hand, and it gets clean. you know, they should, it's not just a matter of Nollywood thing, it's our thing. We say Nigeria is our thing.
Nigeria,
Nollywood is our thing. Hollywood is American thing.
True.
And they have backings from their government. I don't know if there's a kind of what is it called when they're making budget. I don't know if there's any budget that is agreed to Nollywood that this year this is how much we are giving to Nollywood, and they know the right channel and where to give it to. You know, when we get such, my dear, so many things will change. If you're coming into Nollywood, you're coming in smiling, not sad.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the government have heard what you said, and maybe they'll put that in.
No, you're not just hearing, it's hearing and doing. I believe in hearing and doing, yes.
Okay. So apart from acting and producing, what other jobs do you do?
Yeah, I'm a consultant. And like I rightly said initially, I run a film academy.
Yeah.
Havila Films and Arts Academy. Though, forgive me, I didn't come here to advertise, yes.
Yeah.
But I run a film academy where we train filmmakers of every aspect.
Okay.
Scripting, directing, producing, editing, makeuping, costuming, all manner of it, yes. I do that. I also instruct in other academies and in some schools also too, where we go, maybe where they are lacking behind in hands, capable hands that will, you know, they invite people like us to come and please give them the first-hand information of what they got to know, and that is that. And then more importantly, I'm a public speaker too, a public speaker. Yeah, so that has given me an edge, you know, over some things that would have pulled me back.
Yeah.
You know, the more you talk as a talker, if you gain your daily bread from talking, you have to learn how to talk more. Yes.
That's actually true.
Yes.
So, if you weren't an actor, what profession would you have chosen?
Lawyer. I wanted to be a lawyer initially, you know, but somehow, when admission came out when there was an opening in Uniport for certificate program, I said, let me go there and do certificate program in theaters. Because all my life, in fact, I loved art. Maybe I would say that when I was in my mother's womb, I loved art. Yeah. So when it came out, I went there, I entered the certificate program. From there, continued. So the idea of studying law, you know, just went by. But up to tomorrow, I think I might still go back to read law, you know, because I hate injustice. I hate injustice. And I told some people, my very good friends, I told them, I said, if I had read law, there are some lawyers I look up to today. When I see them talk, I feel their vibes. I feel as if I'm in their shoe, you know, to fight that same battle they are fighting.
Yeah. I
hate corruption with a passion. So if I had not studied theater arts, I would have been a very controversial lawyer. Very, very controversial. And I think I still might make up that.
Okay.
Yes.
Hopefully.
I will.
Okay.
I mean, time is there.
Yeah,
I'm not getting older.
No,
I'm getting younger.
All right. So tell us about a bit of your accomplishment as a filmmaker and an actor.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful. First of all, I will say that I thank God for giving me the opportunity of entering into the movie industry earlier than some of my colleagues who also studied in Uniport. Because when I finished from Uniport, I went straight to Lagos. And while I was there, before we even started filming and living in bondage, you know, I was in touch with some directors.
So you were part of the
Living in Bondage?
Yes.
Yes, the very first Nigerian movie.
Wow.
1992.
That's really
So
good.
I moved in there, but before then I was filming with, I got, you know, mixed up with some producers, directors and the rest. And they liked my acting, they liked my person, you know. And then we did Living in Bondage. So when my colleagues started coming into Lagos, I was one who was like, Look at this one.
Yeah,
He's a very good actor.
yeah.
Look at this one. Look at this one. There are many of them I will start calling names. They know themselves. Even as I'm talking now, they know themselves that it was this hand, Sydney Diala, that brought them in. You know, look at this person. He's good. Try him. Look at that person. She's good. Try her, and the rest. You know, that is one. Because when you are growing and you're not growing other people, you're not growing. That is me. It's not measured in how much money you have, how many houses, how many cars you have, but the lives you've impacted. With the glory of God and by the grace of God, I've been able to impact lives, and I'm still impacting lives. The academy I run, you know, they're supposed to be paying and paying well. But at the point I was like, I began to see it as a non-charitable organization, wherein people come with their passion, their desire to be this. I don't know how I can tell them go, simply because they can't afford the fee. You understand? So, and up to tomorrow, we are raising them. And they are doing well in Abuja, here, outside Abuja, wherever you talk about filming. Call any Havila students. You understand?
Yeah.
So for me, that is my credit. That is one of my accomplishments. And two, wherever I go, I'm celebrated. To the group, I'm celebrated. You don't pass me and they say, I don't know. That means you're not a Nigerian. You're not a Nigerian. And again, there are places I go to, I get some kind of attention that I will like, wow. So we say, oh boy, but we came before you now. I say, yes. It doesn't matter who came before who. Okay. There's a grace. And I think that grace came from God via acting. Yes. I have no singular regret being a filmmaker. I have not, and I will not have. Sure. If I have my opportunity again to still be a filmmaker, if there's another word, I'll still be a filmmaker and a lawyer, like I told you.
Yes.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah. So what advice do you have for upcoming filmmakers or upcoming actors that wish to join the industry?
Passion. And passion, more importantly. If you don't have passion for what you do, you can't last. What has kept people like us up to tomorrow is passion. Sure. Sometimes it's not the money. I was discussing with someone this morning and he said he wanted to take me off to so state to film. The money he's calling is not something I can mention here. But I might just take up let me just go because of the passion. You understand? You must have passion. If you're coming in, you must have passion. You must be ready and willing to learn. There's no end to learning. Like they say, when you stop learning, you start dying. That you must learn. You must be a studious actor. You read books. I'm a reader.
Yeah.
And because I'm a leader, I'm a reader. And I read to teach other people, because you don't teach what you don't have. So you must be a studious actor, not just an actor who grabs his script and goes through your line and you cannot interpret it. You cannot, you just want to memorize the line. They say stand by action, no depth, no. You must be tutored. That when they born you with acting. You must be tutored by people that have passed through that same path you're about to pass through. And by the time you do that, I tell you the truth, they will even be the ones that will help you to push you forward. And then integrity should also keep you. Pride should be destroyed in you. So there's so much to talk about, but passion, studious, integrity, it will help you. And respect your elders. Respect those who have been there before you. There are some names I call now. I see them as gods in this industry. In Nigeria, not outside Nigeria, I see them as gods. Some of them I entered the industry before them, but I respect them because of the way they carry and, build themselves. I respect them. So if you're just coming in and you think because you have played in some movies that's pulled you up there and you're seeing Sydney Diala's now one of those people, you're making a very big mistake, because a word from me can pull you down. That is the truth. There's power in this word.
That's true.
There's power in this mouth. There's power in this tongue.
Thank you so much.
That's it.
Thank you very much for coming on the show today. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I'm wishing our beloved country,
Nigeria,
the very best.
Thank you.
The very best.
Happy birthday,
Let's
Nigeria.
get it this time around.
Yeah.
I say happy birthday to
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
All right, guys, you've heard it all from one of the first Nollywood actors of the movie Living in Bondage, Mr. Sydney Diala. It has been a pleasure having you in the studio today.
My pleasure.